Marcus is a village boy born in 1988 from Kazembe village in Chipata. Okay, Marcus is Ngoni by tribe, and he came in Lusaka in 1997 when the mom passed on. Okay, I'm talking about my mom. Why? Because I never saw my dad. So my dad never wanted to take responsibility of me, which he did would have been putting on these suits you're seeing right here. But it's life. So briefly about me, that's who Marcus is. Just some guy from the village came to Lusaka, just fight and make a living from whatever we are here for. So that's a brief description of me. Apart from that, I'm one guy who is so passionate about what I believe in, and apart from that, when I believe in something, no one can stop me. So whether you tell me this is no, as long as I believe in my heart, for me, I'll go ahead and do it. As long as I know God has my back, then man can say nothing. My education background, I started grade 1 to 3 from the village, and that school was Shamombo Basic School. Okay, and I remember we would walk from, I'll say, town to somewhere, Charleston, every day, just for us to get that education. It wasn't easy. Why? Because in the villages, schools are far, so you have to really, take those long distances like every day. And then I remember I had one pair of shoe and trousers. I always talk about this, and this shoe had I'll call it a Titanic. It would sink when it's rain season, So you know that situation where you're walking, you're stepping in water and whatnot, and then that gave me the drive, the passion to say, one day I should never lack in my wardrobe when it comes to clothes and shoes. That's the reason why I love clothes so much. And then after Minadi, I was at Zasti for 3.5 years. Okay, and after Zasti, I did attachments with Christian Voice as a technical transmission guy. And then for 3 months being with them, that was 2011 by then. And then to 2011 into 2012. So my hope was working for Christian Voice, but things changed, didn't work out. And one of my instructors, Mr. Zulu, is one man who believed in me. He said, you know what, I want you to be, working with me when I'm doing private radio installations. So I assisted him in installing Power FM, Metro FM, and then after the installations, I started developing love for radio. So I became a radio presenter with Metro FM. That was for 3 years. And then while I was doing radio, I was also working with Steven, who owns WeTunes. Okay, so that's a music distribution company. And then he had an apparel, okay, of the t-shirts proud to be African, and I was head of sales by then. So the passion for clothes started getting back, and I said one day I should go back and do what I really love, which is clothing. I sat down and said, let me think of something local, let me do something local. I know this is casual, whatnot, but I want to switch it up to smart wear. And then I shared with my friends to say, you know what, I'm going into tailor-made suits. And everybody was laughing. Why? Because I know it's hard for somebody to pull off a tailor-made jacket which is perfect, which is done perfectly. So that's how the journey started. I started searching for people to work with. Went through city market searching for tailors and whatnot. I couldn't find any. And then I remember did a number of samples with some tailors, but the outcome wasn't really what I expected, or what was in what I was targeting for. So I said, anyway, I almost quit. I said, looks like there's nobody here that I can work with. Okay, quite alright. I've got these designs that I want to be, but there's nobody to work with. But anyway, I kept on searching, and as I was searching, I said, you know what? Let me get myself registered. If people would take me seriously, then I have to get myself registered. So I registered the company name Marcus. Where the struggle I was in, having one pair of shoe and trousers, said one day I should have my own, company, and I should have my own label. I should have my own, clothing company, and here I am. And in all this, I believe God has played a major role. And the people that I started working with, along the run, there were these disagreements and whatnot. And then one of the guys, Charles, this man, Charles, believed in my vision. When you are pushing your vision, if you start your dream, there are always people that will come your way, people that are going to believe in you, and when those people believe in you, trust me, they'll grow with you. And Charles is our head of production here at Marcus, where he's in charge of the production aspect. Okay, the pieces you are seeing right now, this is the perfect touch of this suit. Okay, Charles is in charge. And apart from that, we also have a lady, Elena. She's in charge of our secretariat. She's in charge of making sure you see these buttons are properly done. So this is a team. For now, we're just the few of us, and we are believing in growth, and we know with time, right people will come on board and work with us. So to cut the story short, what prompted me into fashion is the passion that I have for it. And I had to quit work. I had to quit my job just to start this. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy. Found myself in a lot of situations. Okay, some I can't even mention them here. But every challenge, every business comes with a challenge. And when you are hit with a challenge, you don't have to quit. Okay, you don't have to quit. If I tell you, a lot of people break. When the breakthrough is about to come, a lot of people give up. And there's a saying to say it's always darkest before dawn. Okay, it being darkest, you might be going through the worst experience or the worst situation in your life, but that doesn't mean that's a permanent situation for you. There is something brighter coming at the end of it. Okay, so I believe through all these struggles, all these challenges, they've made me or the team that I'm with, to become better every day. And every day it's a learning process for us. Every day we want to be better. Every day we want to improve on our pieces. Every day we want to bring out the perfect piece. So learning for us is every day. Every day we are learning to give out the best to our clients. And so far the response has been good. We've done pieces in Australia, in Africa we've done pieces in SA, we've done pieces in Namibia. Okay, so in Zambia, almost every province we have a client. And all this is due to the hard work that we put in every day. So every day we work on improving ourselves. The first success for us, getting started with the business. I know a lot of us have got ideas, a lot of youths have got ideas, but the starting is a difficult part. Okay, on that one, you don't need to have a lot of money for you to get started, with your idea or the vision that you have. Once you get started, believe me, people will come on board to work with you. And for me, that's one of the greatest success. And in the clothing, aspect, I know there are a lot of designers out there that have been in this business for quite some time. And for us, we are not yet two years in this industry, but I'll tell you, the artists that have come here, we've dressed a number of artists, Roberto, Bobby East, Dob G, we've dressed, even the corporate guys, the wedding guys, biggest clients that we have at the wedding guys. And if these people can believe in us, these people walk in this small, workshop and say, you know what, we believe in what you're doing and we want you to work on this. For us, that's a success. And then failures, of course, every business has got a failure. There was a time when there was a time when things really got rough. Okay, I was in negatives. I could not, I would say, deliver on time and whatnot, and a lot of clients got disappointed. And that was a time when Charles came on board and said, you know what, Marcus, let's start all new and build ourselves, and that's how we started. And for me, since that time, if there's a person that I give respect, is Charles. Charles is God sent, is God given to this brand. So we are working every day to become better. And then failures, of course, we have got challenges when it comes to fabrics. You find a situation where a client comes, suggests for a certain fabric, and then you don't have it, within. A number of companies have come to us. We've done pieces for Medical Stores Limited. Okay, these are the people that believed in us, and that's how we are growing as Marcus way. A nigger doesn't flock with pigeons. It doesn't. An eagle is a bird that is different from the rest. When there's a challenge, let's say it's raining, you know what an eagle does? It flies above the clouds. Okay? The rest of the birds will find nest, will find, where to hide, but an eagle will fly above. And for me, eagle attitude, that's the tagline I have for this, for the brand. Okay? No matter the situation, we're going to rise above it. Okay, so this foundation came about, said, my friend told me, say, you know what, Marcus, you have a huge story, you have a great story, look at you. Okay, I know there are a lot of youths today, they look at where they're coming from, and there is this self-pity in them to say, you know what, looking at where I'm coming from, I can't do anything, great, I can't succeed in anything. Why? Because I don't have anything. And for me, that's a no. Looking at my background, looking at where I'm coming from, I always challenge myself, challenge the youth to say, you know what, you can do something different. Your background doesn't define your destiny. And this foundation, we said, you know what, let's do this to give hope to the hopeless. Let's do this to encourage those who feel they can't do anything in their lives. And that's how the foundation came about. So we started targeting orphanages. Okay, there's an orphanage in Osaka West, Kakaladi. We started with that one. The little that we have, get something. It could be bread, it could be sugar, it could be anything. Okay, and then take it to them and have interaction with them, share our stories. And then from that one, there's another orphanage in Chilenge. It's called Matthews 2025. There are bright kids there, and if there's somebody out there who wants to help out, visit Matthews 25 orphanage. There are bright kids there, and these are children I related with. Some don't even know their parents, some were rejected. And if you look at the person in charge of that foundation, she's given everything, her life, to make sure that those kids find education. Others educated now, others are doing nursing, others are into pastoring. So all this is why, because somebody has got that heart to help out. So it's not everything that you can complain to the government. If you have a skill, use that skill to achieve your dreams. My name's Marcus Makukula, and you are watching Youth Express Zone.